the last lesson, we looked at the concept of making more complicated choices based upon information we had available. For example, if it's raining, use an umbrella, but if it's not, wear a sun hat. We learn how this concept is known as an if-else statement. In this lesson, we're going to learn how to use if-else statements to make our sprites make decisions on what to do, rather than us having to tell them every time. Take a look at the game on the screen. Here I have a ball which is programmed to glide towards the mouse pointer. The aim of the game is to direct the ball around the maze without it touching the black walls. This is working well, but as you can see, nothing happens if the ball touches the walls. The game just continues as if nothing had happened. To fix this, I'm going to use an if-else statement. The question being, if the ball is touching the wall, send it back to the start. Otherwise, keep moving towards the mouse pointer. Since if-else statements are to do with controlling how and when my code runs, I'll find the if-else block under the control menu. Let's start by creating some space, then dragging and dropping it into place. I'm adding it inside the forever loop, since I want the game to constantly be sensing to see if the ball is touching a wall. So how is this if-else block going to be used? Well, the first block of code will run if the ball touches the wall. Since this is to do with sensing the position of the ball, we will find this under the sensing menu. As you can see, here I have a touching colour block. Let's drag and drop that into place, adding it as the question being asked by the if-else statement. Now, the contents of the first part of the if-else block will run if the ball touches this colour. Well, that's not the colour of my walls, so this won't work. To change it, I simply click on the colour, then select the colour from my stage that I wish to sense for. In this case, the black walls. As you can see, we're now sensing for the ball to be touching black. So what should happen once this happens? Well, I'd like my ball to glide back to the start of the maze. Let's start by positioning the ball at the start of the maze, then dragging the Glide To block from the motion menu. Adding this to the first part of the if-else statement means it will only run if the ball touches the black wall. And what should happen if the ball doesn't touch the black wall? Well, this code will go here, in the second part of the loop. I'd like the ball to continue moving towards the mouse. Well, we already have that code here, in empty space, so we can simply drag and drop it into position and then test our game. As you can see, the ball moves towards the mouse, but as soon as it hits the wall, it stops moving towards the mouse and instead glides back to the starting position. The game then starts again. As you can see, if-else statements work in a very similar way to if statements, but they allow us to make more complicated decisions where more than one possible outcome may occur.